Do you think that aggressive mentality helps close the gap a bit?
I just want to know how you're computing this. Like, I want to know in real time how you're figuring that out. Is there a website you're looking at?
No, I'm just calculating it myself.
I'm very impressive, Daniel. I'm impressed. Yeah, gotta be our identity with no true post presence. We kind of went with a little bit of 5 out just because we weren't getting much in the first half. And I thought it was good. I thought it was a good adjustment, but we kept talking about we have to get to the free throw line. So 24 points from it was great. We showed great heart. Had a chance to win. I hope Eric doesn't beat himself up about that turnover. We got to stop what we needed to. But we're having guys play major minutes who are not used to playing major minutes.
Nolan O'Hara, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could speak to Brandon Johnson's performance. He's playing banged up, but he was out there giving it his all tonight. I mean, what did you just think about the way he kind of gave it everything he had tonight?
That's what it's all about, just fighting through injuries. Scratching and clawing, a lot of guys banged up, and he had a positive attitude through the whole thing. I mean, he really couldn't go versus Penn State, but he worked his butt off around the clock the last 2 days to try to get healthy for this. And I knew he'd lay it all on the line. He was terrific, had an open 3 at the end, but with that ankle, certainly it's tough.
Marcus Fuller, we'll have you go next.
Coach, I mean, it seemed like Marcus just had the weight of the world on his shoulders, and just, physically, I don't know if it was mentally, but he had a tough day before that last shot, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty accurate. I think that they did a good job of trapping him and really loading up to the ball. And, we got to be able to have other guys hit shots. And we weren't getting enough player movement and ball movement in the first half to where he was easy to guard. That we adjusted in the second half and became harder to guard.
Dave Campbell, we'll have you go next.
Richard, I'm just wondering now that, this regular season, the grind of a regular season in the Big Ten is over. What can you put your finger on what made it so difficult? Aside from the pandemic, just the quality of competition seemed to be as high as ever.
Injuries.
Actually, no, I meant not for you guys. I mean, just the quality of the Big Ten this year. Like, now after 20 games, regardless of how it played out for you, and just what could you put your finger on?
Talking about the other teams in the Big Ten?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's the best leagues in the history of college basketball. And I thought we were right there until injuries hit. But it's just there's older guys, there's veterans. I mean, I think you look at the top of the league, when you have a bunch of new guys, when a pandemic hits, it's hard. I think you're seeing that around the country with a lot of those guys. So when you have older guys, established players who've been in the league, maybe they can handle a little bit better. We were right there, but injuries hit us, and so kind of is what it is.
Back to you, Marcus Fuller.
Coaches, what are the chances that Liam can play? I mean, you've sat him for a long time now, and you obviously going in the Big Ten tournament, you want to make a run. What are the chances?
I don't know. I mean, I think we'll take tomorrow off and then give Monday and Tuesday and see where it goes from there. So we'll kind of reevaluate it and go from there. I'm not sure.
Any other questions for Coach? Marcus, go ahead.
Only one doing this. Coach, when you look at just the families that were there, Eric's family, Brandon's, obviously, Ed's on the court with Hunt, but they're cheering you guys at the end there. Marcus hits that 3. I mean, there's no fans here, but they were trying to give you some energy, and your bench was giving you energy. How did that feel?
It was great. I hate that we came up short, but I can't ask for any more from these guys. I just look at everybody else's roster and I say, hey, if you took their starting center, took their starting 2s, took their 3-man is hobbled, Booth was starting for us for a majority of it, they wouldn't be as good. But I'm proud of these guys. Eric's mom, I love her. She has an unbelievable quality, which is loyalty, which is amazing. And I really appreciate it. You know, I've gotten a lot of thank yous from her. You don't always get those. You know, obviously, you know, Hunt's family, we're all very close to them. They're unbelievable. And Brandon's family as well. So I hate that it hasn't been a traditional senior year for them, but those families have been so supportive.
Any other questions for Coach? All right. Thanks, Coach. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Just as a reminder, we'll have Eric Curry and Brandon Johnson in a moment. Michelle, we're going to have Eric first, okay?
Sounds good.
I'm just going to see if I had to raise it or not.
All right, we're joined by Eric Curry. Questions for Eric, go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll get started here momentarily. Marcus Fuller, lead us off.
Eric, can you just talk about before the game and your mom and sister being in the crowd? And I know they weren't able to join you on the court, but that must have been a great moment for you.
Yeah, I really didn't even pay them no mind before the game. Trying not to look over there and stuff. But yeah, it's cool for them to be up here to watch me play.
Daniel House, go ahead.
Hey, Eric, what do you think was the biggest reason you guys were able to get back in the game and close the gap, force overtime?
Rebounding. I guess we was getting them stops and getting those rebounds. I think that was the key. Just keeping them off the glass. They're a good offensive rebounding team. Just making them take tough shots and boxing out, hitting bodies.
Any more questions? Daniel, go ahead.
You guys were noticeably more aggressive driving the ball to the basket. Do you think that played a big role too?
Yeah. We kind of figured out that they just wanted to speed us up and just cause chaos. And so we tried to go 5 out and just keep the basket open. And it worked. It worked. I can say it worked.
Marcus, we'll go back to you.
Obviously, you look at the way Marcus was struggling. You know, there's a lot probably weighing on him. But that shot at the end, I mean, to present it in overtime, it just seemed like the vintage player you've seen all the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, like I told you guys before, we know what he's capable of. We wasn't stressing about his struggles in the first half or whatever. We told him to keep going. We know what you can do. It's gonna show. And that moment, he came up big for us.
Nolan O'Hara, go ahead.
Brandon really stepped up on offense, especially, throughout the game, especially in the first half. What can you say about the way he was playing in the post across from you?
Brandon tried to go out with a bang. I would say, we needed it. And he's a senior. He stepped up, and that was big for us. We needed that. I guess he just wanted to go out with a bang.
Any other questions for Eric? All right. Eric, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Brandon gets ready to sit down. Questions for Brandon, go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll get started as soon as he's ready.
Whenever you're ready, Brandon.
Brandon,
All right,
thanks for
Michelle,
joining
we're
us. Okay, sounds good. We'll start off with Marcus Fuller.
Brandon, can you talk about just having your family here and seeing you for the first time? And that give you a little boost out there?
Oh, for sure. I haven't seen my family since the day I came here. So there's definitely a good feeling to see my family once again and be able to spend a little bit of time with them. So for sure, it definitely gave me a boost.
Next, we'll go over to Daniel House.
Hey, Brandon, Eric mentioned the rebound, and he thought that was a big reason why you guys were able to get back in the game. What do you think changed there for you guys down the stretch?
Uh, I mean, I feel like we were still like rebounding and everything. It was just small things, just like holding on to the ball and stuff like that, just losing it at key moments of the game. I mean, it's not preferred. I mean, it happens, but if it happens, it happens. We gotta get to the next play and then just try to correct the mistakes that we made.
Dave Campbell, over to you.
Brandon, could you guys hear the best noise that the family members were making? Small in number, but it seemed like they were pretty into it there down the stretch.
For sure. It was fine. It was good to finally hear some noise in the building for once. But yeah, like the fans, they definitely it motivates me to play harder. I'm pretty sure it motivates everybody else. So it was a good thing for sure.
Marcus Fuller, back to you.
I mean, Brandon, Rutgers is a team that will have a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. I mean, they beat you guys away from home. I mean, you played so well and almost got the win. Do you feel like you could recapture some of this in the Big Ten tournament? Maybe you get Liam back and, get a win?
For sure. With our team down so many key guys these last couple games, obviously we're not happy with the results, but I am happy with the effort. I'm happy how everybody played. We all gave it all that we had. And regardless of the numbers of how many people that we got playing or whatever, like everybody put 110% on that floor. So that's something that we could definitely build off of, and getting somebody like Liam back or getting Gabe back like that. Guys who just come in and work hard every day, that give that 110% every time they step out on the floor. I believe that it'll make a huge difference going into the tournament.
Daniel House, back to you.
Brandon, you started spacing the 5 out later in the game. Do you think that helped create some more attack lanes and stretch the defense out?
Oh, for sure. Especially with the lineup that we have. I believe that I'm capable of putting the ball on the ground and attacking the basket, and so is everybody else. And like with that setup of offense, I believe like with us working in on the details and everything and just working on it in practice, I believe that it could be truly effective going into the tournament time.
Marcus Fuller, back to you.
Brandon, did you talk at all to Marcus during the game, just try to keep him motivated, even though he wasn't hitting shots? And I mean, Rutgers did a really good job defensively on him.
Oh yeah, I mean, it happens some games when shots just not falling. I've been through it. Pretty much everybody that plays basketball has been through it. That sometimes the shot just doesn't fall. But he's real self-motivated. Like we have guys that motivate on and off the court. So, I mean, I was talking to him just like, keep your head up. Don't worry about it. Just keep playing. You're doing good. Don't worry about it. And Marcus is a great player. So he doesn't need too much outside noise to get him really motivated. But just knowing that we're there for him, I'm pretty sure that helped as well too.
Any other questions for Brandon? All right, Brandon, thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for joining. We'll add this to the digital press box as soon as we can. Thanks everyone.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Any help with anything or?